something is real, then who we are, what are we? Who are we? So now the question of identity comes.
Yeah, one of that. It goes there. And it's one of the things we're going to talk about too.
Yeah.
What is identity?
Well, identity is usually asking who you are. That's the first question. Well, who are you? When you just go to the day-to-day basis, who are you? What is your identity? But if we would put it into a philosophical sense, identity is the reality of a human being. So the question will be not who you are, who are you? Be what are you? This is the first question that you must ask if you go.
Also, it translates to that.
Yeah.
Who am I? Translate to what am I?
Yeah. Before you ask the question, who am I? You must go for the what am I first. From that question, what are we? Well, for Descartes, a thinking thing. There could be other theories to pertain to what we are. But let's just say that we are a thinking thing. So that we can now ask the question after asking what we are. How we can now transition to the question, how can we say that a person is the same as before? For example, we got Ted here. We need to ask, how can we say that the Ted now that is looking to this camera, is that the same Ted as 10 years before?
So what is it about Ted that persists through time? Is that what you're saying?
Practically that is.
Yeah, okay. When I say persist, I mean, what is the Tedness that exists throughout that whole
constant.
time, that's constant, that makes
him dead.
makes him Ted, which
makes him
distinguishes
unique.
him or her from
Him.
other people.
From other people.
Well, that is already. Yeah, that is practically it. How can we say that Ted is still Ted? For example, we can say that the Ted that was baby is not the same Ted as is now. For example, he's taller, he knows more words, and he knows
He knows more words.
Well, practically that is it. Handsomer. More handsome.
What are words?
What are
What are words?
we got. How can you tell that one person is the same as before? Common sense, because you remember stuff from your 13-year-old age.
Memory.
Practically memory. For example,
So like a consciousness thing, or like a
that
psychological aspect of
that psychological aspect of humans that remember, even though you can say that it is not perfect because you forget things, but nonetheless you can still track that person.
So there's like a psychological continuity of person.
Thoughts. Yeah, stuff like that is what constitutes a person's identity, right? What we can.
So is it just solely one's consciousness?
If you ask me on the philosophical side of it, yes, it's just that. It's simply just the connections of your mental states, connections of your memory, connections of your intentions. So, if you put it into a plane, for example, in the future, we can now upload all of our mental states to, for example, USB drive.
Tying our identity to consciousness, basically. And if that consciousness is
Can be
transferred to another kind
transformed.
of, to upload or transfer to another body, maybe body or some kind of entity, then that body or entity is also me.
Yeah.
Basically.
Given that you're dead.
Given that,
I'm dead.
What if I upload my consciousness to BMO,
But you're alive.
but I'm alive?
Yeah.
Who am I?
Of course, you are still.
Or which am I?
Which am I?
It is simply that you just simply made a copy of your
Modality.
conscious.
So I am BMO.
So yeah, that's it.
And he has the same memories as what?
But for example, when that uploading happens, and then you just simply cut off, and then upload it into another person, another thing. You just made a replica of the consciousness. Then I can say that you are still BMO at that point because your original body is gone. We can no longer give that identity to anyone else except for him. Well, with all of this talk on computers and stuff, we can now transition to another topic. What about artificial?
Smooth segue.
Di ba?
AI producing an artwork can be counted as a craft because in craft there's already a plan and that plan is being programmed to that AI to do. And if there's a plan and there's a blueprint already, there's no spontaneity.